Okay, welcome to IXL I.9. Multiply two decimals, products up to thousandths. Today we're going to multiply products up to the thousandths. So you notice in our equation here we have 8/10ths times 73 hundredths. So how do we do this? Well, we just multiply, okay? So you're really getting your multiplying chops up right now. So you also want to put the larger number on top, okay? So we have 8/10ths times 73 hundredths. Okay, now you're going to set this up as you're multiplying without decimals. So 73 times 8, right? 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 2 is 58. Okay, now we look up here. How many numbers are to the right of our decimal? Well, we have 1, and then we have 2, 3 numbers to the right of our decimal. So we have 3 numbers to the right of our decimal in our answer. And the product here, this is the tenths place, hundredths place, thousandths place. So this is 584 thousandths. Then we just type it in. 0.584. Next one, 85 hundredths times 7/10ths. Let's bring it over here. All right, we've got 85 hundredths times 7/10ths. Okay, so rewrite it without the decimals and then just multiply, add the decimal at the end. So 85 times 7, 7 times 5, 35, 7 times 8, 56, plus 3, 59. How many numbers to the right of the decimal point? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 numbers to the right of our decimal. What is your place value? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So this is 595 thousandths. Another way that you know this, you could write it as a fraction. 85 hundredths times 7/10ths. Okay, so 85 times 7 we know is 595. And 100 times 10 is 1,000. So that's 595 thousandths. Okay, let's write that in. 0.595. Okay, next one. 73 hundredths times 7/10ths. Okay. So we've got 73 hundredths times 7/10ths. Well, it's very similar to the one we just did, right? So 73 times 7. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 2 is 51. And then we count. How many numbers are to the right of the decimal point? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 numbers to the right of the decimal point. And we know that this is the tenths place, hundredths place, thousandths place. So this is 511 thousandths. If we wrote this as fractions, we'd have 73 hundredths times 7/10. And then you would multiply 73 times 7, which equals 511. And 100 times 10 is 1,000. So we know this is 511 thousandths. So we come over here. We're going to type in 0.511. The zero is for the ones place, but we don't have any whole numbers. All right, let's do one more. So this is 2/10 times 3/10. Okay. 2/10 times 3/10. So we're going to multiply as if there's no decimal here. So we have 2 times 3 equals 6. And then we count up how many numbers are to the right of the decimal. So 1, 2. But we only have a 6 here. So what do we do? Well, if we have the 6 and our decimal point has to be, or there has to be 2 numbers to the right of our decimal, right? 1, 2. So in this case, we have the 6 and a 0 has to go in front of that 6, okay? So we have a decimal point, then a 0, then a 6. Okay? What if you did 6, 0? How do you know if it's not this? Could it be that? Maybe it is. How do you know the difference? Is the answer 6/100ths or is the answer 6/10ths? So we have 2/10 times 3/10. Well, one way I know I can figure this out is I could write it as a fraction to help me. So if I write 2/10 times 3/10, that makes it easy for me to understand because I know 2 times 3 equals 6. And 10 times 10 equals 100. So it has to be 6/100ths. So in that case, this would be our answer, 6/100ths. Tenths place, hundredths place. If you have 6/100ths, you have 6 in the hundredths place. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. That one could be a bit tricky. So we have a 0.06. All right, let's do one last one here for the fans. Do a little encore. So again, we have 6/10 times 3/10. So 0.6 times 0.3, which is really just 6 times 3, which is 18, right? And then we count how many numbers are to the right of the decimal. 1, 2. So we have 2 numbers to the right of the decimal in our answer. And our answer is 18/100ths. You could also say 6/10 times 3/10 equals 18/100ths. Okay, 0.18. 0.18. Okay. Hope this helps. That is IXL I.9.